Over the past few years, I've helped dozens of SaaS companies like B2B, Proposify and EventShare drive millions in pipeline and revenue. And I've also bootstrapped my own company, Breaking B2B, to 140k MRR in just 21 months. And along the way, I've interviewed over 450 SaaS marketing leaders to understand exactly what's driving growth at some of the fastest growing B2B SaaS companies today. So in this video, I'll break down the 6 best SaaS marketing strategies for 2026, so you know exactly what to focus on to drive signups, demos, booked calls and revenue, and ignore the vanity metrics. Let's dive into it. First up, we've got customer research. Now, you might be thinking, Sam, we've got AI tools that can do everything now. We can run surveys, we can pull insights. My sales team get recordings and all this kind of stuff. The truth is, if you skip or neglect customer research, everything in your SaaS marketing engine is going to fall flat. Solid customer research is the backbone of great B2B and SaaS marketing, because without it, your messaging, your marketing, your content, and much, much more all falls flat because it doesn't resonate with your dream clients' problems, goals, and jobs to be done. If you skip this vital stage, nothing else really matters when it comes to your SaaS marketing engine. So my favorite way to do this is to interview 7 to 10 recently won clients. The reason we want recently won clients is because they don't have a bias to you. Long-term customers are already going to really like you. They're going to like your service and product, and they'll probably be way too biased and give skewed answers. So you want new clients, ideally 7 to 10 is quite a decent range, more if you can, or if you've got some recently churned clients as well to throw into the mix, that can give some really useful and helpful data and insights too. And remember, we want to dive deep to get the truth. We don't want fluffy answers. We want stuff that's really going to inform our go-to-market, our messaging, and our channels. So here's 7 of my favorite questions to ask for your customer interviews. And of course, you can tweak these, chop and change them depending on your industry and the nuances of your dream clients. I recommend running these sessions on a Zoom, Google Hangouts, or Riverside call, and getting those recorded with an AI call recorder. So then you can go through the transcripts and pull the golden nuggets out at the end, which we'll go through in a sec. All right, so the 7 questions that we recommend are: what was the exact problem that you were experiencing before reaching out to our team? What did you do in-house to try and fix that expensive problem? When did it become so annoying, so frustrating that you decided to start evaluating solutions to solve the issue? Where do you go to when it comes to getting trusted information to evaluate or look out for new solutions, vendors, or software? As well as us, what other competitors did you evaluate in the process? What made you nearly not choose us? Perhaps you were on the fence for a little while, and what eventually was that tipping point where you decided it made sense to work with us? Or of course, if they didn't decide to work with you, could you be as blunt as possible and share all the reasons why you felt we weren't a good fit? And lastly, I love this one: what do you hate most about our industry? And a quick one on that last point, our headline over at Breaking B2B is B2B SaaS SEO for revenue, not vanity. I literally pulled those insights after jumping on loads of discovery calls with marketing leaders that said they were tired of vanity metrics like traffic and rankings for random keywords that weren't driving inbound demos, leads, and signups. Therefore, that resonated with a bunch of B2B and SaaS marketers, and we've put that into our headline over on our homepage at Breaking B2B, and it's actually our strapline in general, tagline messaging now too. And once you've recorded those sessions with recently won or recently churned customers, or a mix of all the above, then what you want to do is pull all those transcripts from the call, run those through a tool like ChatGPT or similar, and what you want to do is look for the patterns, look for the things that are most frequently said for each question, so you can start pulling golden nuggets out to inform your messaging. And that could be on your website, on your ads, on your videos, on your media, on your social posts, and more. It can also help inform the channels that you use, because you know where your dream clients are actually going to get trusted information. And it can also help you understand the actual words your dream clients use to describe their problems, their jobs to be done, their goals, their motivations. So instead of talking in jargon and using really crazy words like cutting edge, synergy, all in one, just this random SaaS jargon that companies love to use, you're actually using the words that come out of your dream clients' mouths consistently, so you're way more likely to resonate with them. And like I say, make a note of the most consistently said things for each question. Get that clearly documented so you can start informing your messaging, your marketing, the channels you use, and more. This shouldn't be a one and done. We want to constantly collect feedback from our dream clients, target prospects, and more, so we know exactly what they care about, and we can keep hitting home home when it comes to our messaging and our go-to-market. At Breaking B2B, we do this in a number of ways. So I run a podcast called Breaking B2B where I interview SaaS marketing leaders each and every week to keep a strong pulse on what SaaS marketing leaders actually care about and how they're driving growth today. Each month, I hop on calls with our customers to understand what they're struggling with, how we can be helping them further, what channels are working, what's not, what they think of the market, so I can keep a good general pulse on the market when it comes to SaaS. Plus, looking to do more and more in-person meetups with prospects, partners, customers, and more. And all this means we can keep a strong pulse on exactly what's working today when it comes to SaaS marketing. Like I say, skip this step at your own demise. Customer research is the backbone, pretty much anything when it comes to B2B and SaaS marketing. And next up, we've got SEO and AEO. In 2026 and beyond, you need to be showing up top of Google organic search and LLMs like ChatGPT when your dream clients are ready to speak to sales and are searching directly for your software or solution, when they're comparing vendors, or when they're frustrated with their existing vendor, or if they're looking to solve an expensive problem. If you don't show up top, you're missing out. Your competitors are getting a free lunch and they're stealing all that mind share, all that traffic, and all those inbound leads, signups, and demos. And at Breaking B2B, we practice what we preach. We eat our own dog food, so we're consistently ranking top when it comes to Google organic search for money keywords, bottom of funnel, pipeline driving keywords on Google organic, like B2B SaaS SEO agency, best SaaS SEO agencies, and a bunch of relevant terms that attract high intent prospects looking for our services. And on Hrefs here, you can see some of those ranking in the top spots around all these money keywords. And likewise on ChatGPT, if we're searching for best SaaS SEO agencies or various long tail searches and prompts, we can see Breaking B2B mentioned consistently here to get that important brand mention, build that mind share, and also direct folks to our website that have high intent for our offerings. All of which enables us to stay top of mind with dream clients that need our offering, builds up mind share around our niche and our industry, and most importantly, drives a steady stream of inbound booked calls from both SEO and AEO. But sadly, many SaaS companies approach SEO completely wrong. They think they need 12 months minimum to see any results, to see any signups, demos, or calls off the back of it. But in my experience, many SaaS companies can drive inbound signups, leads, and demos as quick as 90 days with the right focus strategy. Here's our exact approach at Breaking B2B when we work with SaaS companies. First, we want to identify what are your money keywords or money prompts, i.e., what does a dream client of yours search for on Google Organic Search or an LLM, not when they're information gathering or messing around, but when they have high sales intent to speak to a sales rep, to take a trial, or to invest in your solution today. Or when they're comparing vendors, frustrated with their existing vendor, or looking to solve an expensive problem. So think of searches like competitor alternative, competitor 1 versus competitor 2, best X software, best X tools, best X platform, or someone that's looking to solve a very specific problem or needs a very specific integration, for example. Oftentimes, these money keywords have way lower search volume in terms of monthly traffic, but the sales intent is way higher, so they're way more likely to drive demos, and they're often lower keyword difficulty, so it means they can rank way faster. And here's a real example. One of our clients, B2B, they're a visitor identification SaaS. They help you identify visitors of your website at the human, at the person level, and flag them up in Slack so your sales team can reach out and start nurturing and outreaching those prospects. They're around 6.4 million ARR. We're helping them scale up their SEO and their AEO engine with a focus on driving signups, pipeline, and revenues. So we've recently got them organic #1 in both Google Organic Search as well as ChatGPT and LLMs for a bunch of money keywords that are driving signups, pipeline, and revenue. So things like best website visitor identification software, we can see them #1, and then competitor alternative terms. So Leadfeeder are a big competitor to them. So if someone's perhaps frustrated with Leadfeeder or maybe looking to move away or weighing up their options, if they search Leadfeeder alternatives, we can see our B2B also taking that top spot there. And to give you an example, if we look on Hrefs, an SEO tool at Leadfeeder alternatives, you can see it's really easy to rank for, can rank super quick. Oftentimes these competitor searches can rank with quality content with the right structure and format as fast as 90 days, but we can see it's getting between 100 to 300 searches per month. And like you might think, Sam, this traffic's super low, but I'd much rather ignore informational keywords like what is something or how to do something that are very unlikely to convert in demos or signups or leads. I'd way rather focus on lower traffic, lower volume, but super high sales intent that's going to rank way faster and is much more likely to drive business impact. And that's why we're a huge fan over at Breaking B2B for competitor-based prompts, keywords, because we know the nature of the beast. In SaaS especially, folks get frustrated with their vendor, or they look to weigh up 3, 4, 5 solutions before taking the plunge and investing. And if you want to see the full RB2B case study video that's around 30 minutes or so, I'll put that full video just here for that 6.3 million ARR SaaS SEO strategy. So a quick snapshot is, first and foremost, we worked out what their money keywords and prompts were. What were dream clients searching for when they need the solution now, when they're evaluating vendors, when they're struggling with the problem they solve, and so on. Then we build best-in-class pages that make sense, that match the search intent depending on what it was. So for example, with lead feeder alternatives, we know that typically Google organic as well as LLMs are a big fan of product listicles. So we evaluate the top 10 lead feeder alternatives for 2026. And how those blog articles normally work is you have a bit of an intro, you position your own software as number one, but you back it by customer research. So instead of just talking about how great you are and how awesome you are, you talk about why customers actually choose you, your differentiators in the marketplace, where you shine out, where you're not a good fit. You leverage social proof, customer quotes, case study review videos. You show your product in action under the bonnet. You show the aha moment of your product. So in RB2B's case, when a visitor hits your website and then it pings through to Slack, so you can see that exact person that's visiting your website right in real time. And then you do a fair comparison of the other vendors in your space below. And like I say, these listicles rank super well on Google Organic and also give you great visibility in ChatGPT and LLMs, as well as AI overviews in Google. So we hit the search intent depending on what the money keywords or prompts were. That might have been a bunch of listicles for alternatives or competitors. That might have been landing pages. That could have been product pages, integration pages, all more in priority order of what's most likely to drive signups in the quickest time possible. Prioritizing those low difficulty, sometimes lower traffic, but super high sales intent pages. And then we started earning DA50 plus solid niche relevant backlinks to juice up some of the pages that had a lot of competition. And as well as building all these pages, putting all these lines in the water on our own website, building all these listicles out, landing pages, product pages, integration pages, and more, and really trying to control the narrative, we also started getting RB2B featured on external websites that had listicles. So listicle articles talking about products in their niche, evaluating that kind of software, those kind of tools. And again, that gives us a great boost for classic SEO with the backlink, gives us a solid brand mention, which helps AI and LLM visibility. Also can help direct sign up and demo flow from people just seeing us as a top 3 placement in these external lists. And as a result of this work, RB2B is now ranking top for many of their money keywords and prompts. Traffic from these money keywords is up 50%, and we've seen a 201% growth in organic sign up page hits. And not to mention everything we can attribute directly to all those prospects that see RB2B mentioned in Google AI overviews or in ChatGPT, or see them top of Google organic search, maybe hit the page, flag it up with their exec team, and then go direct to the website later. So it doesn't get attribution from SEO or LLMs, but they convert at a later stage. But SEO or AEO was the first piece of that puzzle. And like I say, we also practice what we preach at Breaking B2B, so we make sure we're showing top around SaaS SEO agency, best SaaS SEO agencies, and similar terms. When dream clients need our offer, we're really eating our own dog food and getting that visibility and building that trust with the market, just like many SaaS companies should do with their tools, products, or software. The bottom line is, if you're not showing up top of Google Organic, AI searches and LLMs when dream clients are evaluating solutions like yours, have intent for your product, tool, or offering, are comparing vendors, frustrated with their existing vendor, or looking to solve an expensive problem, you're almost invisible. All your competitors will be eating your lunch, grabbing that brand, that mindshare, that inbound traffic, that inbound pipeline, and most importantly, stealing that revenue that could be yours if you invested in a solid AEO and SEO program. By the way, if you want to start driving a steady stream of demos, book calls, and signups through SEO and AEO, why not grab a call with me over at breakingb2b.com? We can chat through exactly where you're at now, where you'd like to get to, and see if we're a great fit to start driving organic pipeline and visibility for your business. So grab a call over at breakingb2b.com or hit the link in the description below. Next up, we've got niche influencer partnerships. So this has been an absolute game changer for our business, Breaking B2B. In short, it's about partnering with folks that have your exact dream clients as their audience, ideally on platforms like LinkedIn, which is where a lot of our ICPs hang out, but yours might be another channel. So to give you a real life example of what we're doing right now in this space, we're partnering with 2 2 niche relevant influencers. So we're partnering with Adam Robinson, the founder over at RB2B, and Adam Holmgren, the founder over at Fibler. And in our case, both these folks have a strong following on LinkedIn of our ICP SaaS marketing leaders and SaaS founders. So we're running their entire SEO and AEO engine, and all of us are documenting the full journey across LinkedIn, sharing the ups, the downs, the plan of actions, the results, the case studies, and more. Plus, I'm even talking about it on the YouTube channel and the podcast. So how it works step by step is each month I'll do a long form organic post on LinkedIn sharing the full strategy for the month ahead in terms of the SEO and AEO work we're doing. But in your case, of course, it could be completely different relative to the nuances of the software or the solution that you're providing, how it's helping them, why you're doing it, and more. We basically share a roadmap of this is exactly the plan of action. So to drive organic signups, leads, and demos as quick as humanly possible through SEO and AEO. This is why we're doing it. This is the full roadmap. These are the assets we're going to build for the month ahead. So the content work, the link building work, the brand mentioning work, the technical work, and more. And we share live results and impact as we see them come in. So it's basically a live case study that folks can follow along, that they post about and we post about. So why is this so effective? Well, in the world we're in now, when so much can be pretended and faked with AI, the trust it builds when a founder or an ICP is posting directly about working with you, showing the ups, the downs, the results, the trust it builds is unbeaten. Prospects can see exactly what we're doing under the bonnet. In our industry, SEO, there's so much smoke and mirrors, and I'm sure your niche, your industry, there's so much of the same as well. We want to show under the bonnet of what we're actually doing to drive impact on pipeline. This way, our ICP can follow along and see the results we get in real time. And as an example, if folks see exactly what we're doing for our B2B that are around 6.4 million ARR right now, they might think, well, if they can do it for them, perhaps they can run our SEO and our AEO engine. So think exactly the same for your SaaS software or solution. Who can you find that has a strong clout when it comes to their founder brand or their exec brand on LinkedIn or similar channels that you might be able to partner with and do some kind of reciprocal business that can build solid trust in your market? And because this has worked so well to ramp up trust and inbound calls for us over at Breaking B2B, looking to bring on more relevant influencers in this space. And at 4, we've got YouTube and podcasting. When it comes to YouTube, so few B2B and SaaS companies are nailing it. Many use YouTube as a dumping ground for random webinars, old content, and more, instead of having that YouTube first video approach. Therefore, the playing field is wide open for SaaS companies that want to take it seriously. At Breaking B2B, we share playbooks each and every week, just like I'm doing now across SaaS SEO, SaaS marketing, AI search, AEO. We share our full case studies, playbooks, walkthroughs, guides, and more. Exact step-by-steps of what's working today to drive pipeline through SEO. The good thing about this is the videos are evergreen and searchable both within YouTube. They can be pulled up in Google Organic Search and LLMs like ChatGPT. This means the videos can drive trust, mindshare, even inbound leads, demos, or signups, not just now, but for months and years to come. Plus, we embed these YouTube videos, the guides, the playbooks, the how-tos, the walkthroughs, as well as the results across our landing pages, articles, our case studies, and more. And it gives us a little uptick in organic search. You can even get more click-throughs on your classic organic rankings, as you can sometimes get a little thumbnail next to your organic rankings on Google, as well as being shown in Google's video listings. And as well as that, because we have this YouTube first approach, making sure our videos are super polished and well edited, we also chop them up for LinkedIn, so we can chop up the hook or bits and pieces of the video, publish them with a long form text post alongside, which can gain engagement, drive more folks to the YouTube, to our lead magnet, and more. And on the podcast side of things, the Breaking B2B podcast, most weeks we'll interview SaaS marketing leaders to sit down with them and share exactly how they're driving growth for their company today. So it'll be no fluff, no background stories, pure actionable tips with a step-by-step of the exact channel, strategy, or playbook that they're running that drives growth, pipeline, signups, and revenue. Today, we'll dig deep so anyone tuning in can learn, copy, and apply it themselves. At this stage, we've done over 450 interviews over the last 5 to 6 years, so there's a massive backlog of episodes that you can dive into if you want to learn B2B marketing or SaaS marketing yourself. And it even works as a bit of an ABM and account-based marketing play, because a lot of these SaaS marketing leaders are potential prospects, so some of those eventually become our customers, refer business to us, or they share the episodes and the content after the fact, which promotes our podcast to a wider network of more ICPs and dream clients, so it has this really strong evergreen and flywheel effect. effect. So building a niche relevant podcast for your industry and interviewing target prospects and dream clients is a real win-win for your SaaS company. And the good thing about this strategy is the results are compounding. So just like SEO and the evergreen effect of folks searching for you, searching for your solution, searching for problems you solve, comparing you to others, YouTube is much the same. So we're getting more and more prospects that mention that they found us on YouTube, or they searched for us on SEO, then saw some of our YouTube videos, checked us out on LinkedIn, and eventually booked a call. Next up, we've got building a founder brand on LinkedIn. I think if you're ignoring building a founder brand on LinkedIn or a similar channel in 2026, you're just sleeping on building trust with your market, driving inbound leads, building partnerships, getting potential customers, and way more. Even though channels like LinkedIn are becoming more and more pay to play, there's still plenty of organic reach up for the taking, conversations to be had with your ICP, building trust in your market, and way more. So the pros far outweigh the cons when it comes to building a founder or an exec brand on LinkedIn. So the playbook I run for my company Breaking B2B and my personal brand on LinkedIn, I basically try to do the opposite of what most SEO agency founders are doing. I find a lot of B2B marketing and SEO content quite dull, dry, and boring. So my strategy really is to get attention first from dream clients and then link it back to our solution and our offer. So that could be anything from posting memes, doing man on the street interviews, asking folks what they think SEO means, if AI killed SEO, how to rank top of Google or how to rank top of ChatGPT. It could be a funny video, like for example, a while back we did a Nickelback spoof video talking about how hard B2B marketers have it and playing on some of the things that their exec team might be asking them to do. Or it could be other video skits, me dressing up as SEO man, or something completely different that we're doing as an experiment. And of course, we share strategies of what's working today when it comes to AI search and SEO, full playbooks and rundowns and how-tos and case studies and results that we're seeing for our SaaS clients. As well as that, I try and comment on 5 or so relevant industry folks. So that could be potential partners, potential ICPs, prospects, even competitors, with a more value add focused approach. So maybe my 2 cents on their post or what we're seeing working today. So instead of just liking posts and putting great content that doesn't really do anything, right now at the time of recording, you can actually get some pretty good numbers when it comes to impressions by commenting on niche relevant posts, like I say, competitors or ICPs or prospects or partners that your dream clients might be looking at the post in the comment section. So if you can put some kind of value add, maybe say something like this take, but my 2 cents would be to do XYZ, or we're seeing this work in the market, or have you considered this, or I actually tried this and got this result, or this is what we're seeing work today, to really leverage your point of view, your thoughts, your experience, your expertise in the market, and also drive folks to your profile or even potentially your website. Not only this, but building in public is a big thing I believe right now as part of founder brands. At Breaking B2B, we're often sharing our revenue numbers, what's working, what's not, what we're doing to improve our agency, our customer success, our support, and much more, what channels are working well, how we're practicing what we preach with SEO and AEO, the channels that fail, the channels that work really good, and everything else in between, almost like an open book. And I believe that's really important to stand out right now in the AI world that we're running in. And I suppose the last piece of the puzzle is treating your LinkedIn page as a landing page. So making sure it clearly shares exactly what you do, how you help, why you, has plenty of proof of results, and makes it nice and easy for folks to click through to your website, see your pricing, see your results, and then they can grab a call on your site. And lastly, we've got LinkedIn ads. So I say LinkedIn's getting tougher and tougher when it comes to organic reach. Therefore, thought leader ads are a solid bet. So if you're founder or other execs, marketers, revenue leaders, ops leaders, tech leaders, whoever it might be, maybe you're founder or a few folks within your organization that have a decent following of your ICP and get some okay reach when it comes to LinkedIn, perhaps it's worth considering running thought leader ads to their content. So maybe you can do a mix of top funnel content, like you might be experiencing these problems. This is one way to look at it. Maybe some mid funnel playbooks, examples, how-tos, etc. And maybe some bottom funnel stuff like case studies, clients' results, client review videos, and more. Then I'd recommend editing the posts you want to run thought leader ads to. So make sure you've got a call to action link at the bottom of the post. So maybe that sends them to a landing page or your website or otherwise, so they can take some kind of action. And then what we do at Breaking B2B is we retarget all our traffic. So we target our ICPs that have come in through SEO, or maybe a flick to the website through Google Ads, or flick to the site through YouTube or otherwise, so we can stay top of mind with those potential prospects as well as the leads in the pipeline now. Plus, we have a list of cold ICPs that we run these ads to. Where I really see the gold and the value here is if you're consistently shown to ICPs, to those warm prospects that are in the pipeline now but were maybe not ready to buy just yet, but they constantly see helpful tips, playbooks, advice. Maybe you're doing stuff a little bit differently, like I said, so you're getting their attention, but you're linking it back to useful and helpful educational content. You've got the proof, you've got the case studies, the client review videos and more. Because they keep seeing you, because you're top of mind, you're way likely to be the one they choose and the one they book a call with when they're ready to speak to sales or grab that demo or sign up. And we've got a small budget right now of around 2K USD a month on LinkedIn ads, but we're still seeing booked calls come in on a steady basis that mention they found us or saw us through LinkedIn. Now, if you want to see how we can drive pipeline for your SaaS company as quick as 90 days through SEO and AEO, why not grab a call with me over at breakingb2b.com or hit the link in the description below. We'll share actionable tips so you can start outranking your competitors, building mind share, and drive a steady stream of signups, leads, and demos. So again, visit breakingb2b.com or hit the link below. Or if you're not ready yet, why not check out my 90 Days to Revenue SEO playbook and video course? Head over to breakingb2b.com and hit that newsletter tab and you can unlock it instantly. Or of course, you can check out the Breaking B2B podcast for interviews with SaaS marketing leaders each and every week. And with that, I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers.